This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by T-Mobile. I want to ask you really quick, how long do you think new teachers remain in the profession?
Well, teachers, they serve the community in a lot of ways. They help the kids, probably a very rewarding experience.
Right.
And I know how much we value teachers. So I'm going to say an average of 23 years.
Okay. New teachers in the United States remain in the profession for 4.5 years. And it's not because they're getting laid off and because they're getting fired. They are willingly leaving the profession because parents are so difficult to deal with.
Oh, that's really interesting.
This is a fascinating article. It was written by a teacher by the name of Ron Clark. And he is arguing that parents are actually watering down the education of their own children. Because what happens is, if a teacher gives out a grade that a parent does not like, for instance, a C, all of a sudden they have the parents coming to the office and complaining and saying, look, you need to give my son or my daughter a higher grade. They don't deserve this. Mm-hmm. And then this debate ensues and they have to go back and forth. And then finally you have teachers who just don't want to deal with it anymore and they just give out good grades.
Yeah, that's really annoying. And, obviously I was kidding earlier about this, but I didn't suspect that that was the reason why they were leaving. So, if you said the administration, meaning the school administration, if you said budget cuts, if you said the kids, I might have believed all that. But as you point that out, it's a great point. Because, look, in the old days, my dad, if I got a C, he would never question my teachers. And no matter how much I yippity-yapped about, oh, it was an injustice, and you know me, oh, great, injustice on top of injustice, I deserved an A+, but somehow I wound up with a C-, etc., he wouldn't hear it. He'd say, how dare you, okay? And he'd say, and one of the things that I'd like to teach my kids, too, is even if it is an injustice, right? There's a lot of injustice in the world. You know what you got to do? You got to fight beyond it. Mm-hmm. So I need you to do better on the next test, okay? Unless it's an egregious case, and once I had a teacher who wouldn't give you a good grade unless you paid for his tutor, right?
Oh, I remember that.
Right?
Story.
And then you got to go and tell the principal because that's a serious issue, right? But outside of that, no, go study, right? But the problem is the parents want to make excuses for the kids. Right? And they want to help them. Look, keep it real. And a lot of them do it because they want to be like, oh no, my kid's got to get into a good school, etc. But I don't think you're helping them by making excuses for them.
Right, and that's one of the things that Clark really argues about in this article. He argues about the fact that parents always want to make excuses for their children. And I think the reason why they do that is because if someone looks at their children in a bad light, it's like a reflection of how they raise that child. I think that they see it that way and they internalize it.
Yep.
Right? So it's almost as if they're defending themselves by making those excuses.
Of course. And look, if you don't, I know a lot of folks in the yuppie world, okay? And in the yuppie world, if you're not in the best schools, and it starts in like preschool, right? And it goes all the way through, it's like, that's a reflection on you. Oh, your son goes to that school? Okay,
that's horrible.
I know. And then they're all mental about it, etc. You know me, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. Anyway, what's next, right? But they're crazy about it, and that's what's leading to this.
Absolutely.
And did you know that you can get a 4G mobile hotspot for only $19.99 a month? And you can create your own personal hotspot. Okay, you can connect 5 different devices to it, like boom, iPad, boom, iPod Touch, boom, cameras, laptops, portable gaming, all connected. No overages, free. Come on, go.
Also, you forgot to mention the best part. It's a 4G hotspot.
Oh, forget about it. You gotta get it now.
T-Mobile. Get more.